Benedict Cumberbatch has decided to take a stance on toxic masculinity. And I guess it shouldn't really be that surprising for someone who is one of the Hollywood elites to come out with this type of take. Because in the entertainment industry, in Hollywood, everywhere, men are the enemy. Men are a bad thing. We can't have traditional masculine characters anymore. Otherwise, it's just so toxic. And Benedict Cumberbatch has decided to take a stand against that in a stunning and brave way. Here's the headline. Benedict Cumberbatch says toxic masculinity must end. Men need to shut up and listen. We've already got some cringe going on, ladies and gentlemen. Benedict Cumberbatch has called for the end of toxic masculinity, claiming we need to fix the behavior of men. And I do not know where this started. Is it really just feminists that started pushing this garbage? Is that really all that it is? Or is it some bigger agenda at play? Because for some reason, these past 10 years, this past decade, there has been this push. And you even have literal male feminists who decide to be allies just so they can try to fucking get laid because they can't do it any other way. Because the only way they can get pussy is when they pretend to be a female ally instead of just actually being a normal dude, because they might not stack up to all the rest of the normal dudes out there. The Sherlock star made the comments while promoting his latest film, Power of the Dog, in which toxic masculinity is a theme. And if you haven't heard of this, which I hadn't, it's going to get a little cringe. It really is when we start talking about what Power of the Dog is about. It's about a gay cowboy, spoiler alert. The term is used to describe the gendered stereotypes placed on men by society that can prevent some men from expressing their emotions in a healthy way. In a new interview with Sky News, the actor explained why in a post-Me Too era, it was time the topic be tackled. We need to fix the behavior of men. You have to kind of lift the lid on the engine a little bit. I think it's ever relevant. And in a world that's questioning and ripping into and finally pointing out the inadequacies of the status quo and the patriarchy, it's even more important. Listen, I don't know if he believes this shit. I don't know if he's just spewing virtue signal talking points for woke points. I don't know what he's doing. But this is everything that's wrong with current day entertainment. They want to emasculize men. That's what they want to do. They don't want men to be traditionally masculine. Sorry, emasculate, not emasculize, whatever the fuck that word means. They want to emasculate men. Bottom line, we see it in all forms of entertainment. Not just Marvel, not just DC, not just anything, right? It's everything in comic books, in video games. We see all these woke writers, whether in the media, whatever, that want to push that away, that think that that's a bad thing, to have a traditional male role model. Can't happen anymore. And now Benedict Cumberbatch is speaking out. Where does he go next? He went on to add, you get this sort of rebellion aspect, this denial, this sort of childish defensive position of not all men are bad. No, we just have to shut up and listen. I'll say this phrase, shut up and listen. The only way that you can win an argument, or the only way that someone can make the argument, is if you tell the other side they just can't speak. You need to shut up and listen to what we're shoving down your throat. Then you don't really have a very good argument. It's not very persuasive. If the other person's not even allowed to counter it, not even allowed to speak, you literally have to sit down and shut up and not talk back, because that's the only way they can win this argument. That is part of this entire narrative. We're living through an era now where survivors can speak and are having a platform to realize that there's not enough recognition of abuse. There's not enough recognition of disadvantages. Really? I feel like we hear about this every damn day. Now, sure, there's scumbags in Hollywood. Should I say not all actors, not all people in Hollywood? Is that okay, or is that too defensive for me to say that? Is that too defensive for me to say something like that? Benedict Cumberbatch? I don't know. I'm not sure. The actor also suggested that maybe not now, but somewhere along the line, we need to do what the film does as well, which is examine the reason behind the oppressive behavior to fix the men. God, this is fucking terrible. Taking part in a Q&A for the second season. Oh, look, this is Meryl Streep saying this. Meryl Streep actually said something against what Benedict Cumberbatch is saying. I don't know why this gets brought in this article, but it's worth pointing out. Actor Meryl Streep has previously expressed opposition to the term toxic masculinity. Sometimes I think we're hurt. We hurt our boys by calling something toxic masculinity. I do. And I don't find that putting those two words together, because women can be pretty fucking toxic. It's ridiculous. It is absolutely insane, the fact that we are trying to attach this toxic label to masculinity, when in reality, they just want all men to do exactly what Benedict Cumberbatch said. They want all men to shut up and sit down and stop talking so that they can take over and do whatever they want. We've seen it happen in all these different industries. That is what's happening. And even if there are people in charge, they're male feminists. They're male feminists. People like Joss Whedon. We've heard about what Joss Whedon has done to women in the past, haven't we? Interesting. It's toxic people. We have our good angles and we have our bad ones. And now Benedict Cumberbatch's character in this movie, it's very weird. He plays, takes place in like 1967, and he plays a character who basically falls for a very young boy, and Kirsten Dunst is his mother, who's a widower. It's a really fucking weird thing. And it's basically Benedict Cumberbatch is like a repressed gay man who can't truly be who he wants to be, and he falls in love with someone who maybe rejects him in some way. The fact that this is even being made into a movie blows my fucking mind, but that's where the entertainment industry is at right now. Is it okay, Benedict Cumberbatch? I wonder. Is it acceptable that you play a gay man? Is that woke enough? I mean, you're not gay, are you? You're not a gay person, yet you're playing one. You're taking that role away from a gay person. Is that really progressive? I feel like that's kind of toxic masculine behavior to just go ahead and take a role away from a gay man like that. How dare you, Benedict Cumberbatch? I really think you should probably step down right now. But that's how this type of thought process works. That's how woke ideology works. And Benedict Cumberbatch is saying that all men need to take a step back so we can fix our behaviors. Complete and utter cringe. Thanks for watching, everyone. And a huge shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram? Check out the description below. You'll find links to my P.O. box and my Patreon as well. And I'll talk to you guys later.